Oh, Shrek guys, hey, thanks for dropping by. All right, this is going to be my review of NANMU Studios, the Bull T-Rex. Quick look at your packaging. It arrives in this box like this. This is the green version, so you're gonna get this green print on the sides. There's your back and your front again. Inside, foam packaging to keep your dinosaur safe as it arrives to your home. Inside this little figurine, no idea who she is. If you guys know, let me know. Could be from a video game, but it's definitely not from the movies. 2 cards. Here's one. It's a nice illustration. And this, something I can appreciate. I really love this. It's perfect. It's something you can frame and put on your wall. This is my second NANMU figure. My first one being this masterpiece right here, which I will be doing some comparisons with the Bull T-Rex. Right, let's look at his pose. I don't mind it. It's actually pretty good. I like when you're able to capture a certain movement. It looks like he's moving. It looks like he's just about to moving and about to stop and look at a prey. So you could argue it's a little too low. If it was much higher, it looked great compared to like the one in the back. But with 2 different poses, I don't mind it. If I'm looking from the top view, you can see that he's a little bit thicker compared to the female. I'm going to call that one the female. I think NANMU calls it the alpha. Okay, let's look at the sculpt and the paint details. Here, I'll be honest, I was a little underwhelmed when I initially opened up this figure, the statue. I opened it up, I'm like, oh, because again, I was just comparing it to this one, the only one I have. And for others who own many NANMU figures, maybe you agree, maybe you'll disagree. I don't know, but the colors on this guy, like this figure, this female version is tight. The sculpt, you can see the sculpt. I don't know what you call these things, follicles or something. It pops out, and the paint apps. There's a lot of contrast. They've used, a few greens, but the greens that they've chosen, if you're further back, it pops out. When you get close, it still pops out. You're able to. There's a contrast there. Look at that neck detail right here. I don't know. My light here. Look at that neck detail. The sculpt. It's just popping out. The colors are popping out. And when I open up this guy, I don't know, if you look right here compared to over here, this is so much more detailed. So when I looked at this, I'm like, wow, it looks a little bit softer. Even on the top, I know that's design, but I don't know, the scales look a little bit softer compared to the female. Back here, when I looked, I'm like, okay, this is nice if you had nothing to compare it to, but I was comparing it to this one right here. Sorry, shadows. And the sculpt is much deeper. It's much deeper, it's prominent compared to this one. Just looks a little bit subtle. It looks a little bit soft. Let's look at this leg. Here's the leg compared to that leg. See that cut? Now, some people might not like this cut right here, but again, I ordered this guy thinking that it looked like this, which I think is just incredible. It really captures that Jurassic World look. Woo! Still love it. This one I'm growing to love, but it just feels a little bit soft. Also, the colors are great, but you can see right away right now, the one in the back, the contrast between the lights and the darks, there's something there that pops it out. This one, it's busy. The full props to NECA with the paint application, which is more than that one. But for some reason, it kind of, the colors all come together, and in many ways, when you look at it on the shelf, it just looks dark. The colors are not popping out. I'm going to change my light and we'll have a look. Okay, I know that, there's a male version and there's a female version, and the color schemes are going to be different. I understand that. But if you look from this angle right here and you look at areas over here, areas over there, These are those light green areas that make give this figure some dimension. The bull, it's a fantastic figure. It's a fantastic sculpt, but you can see areas right here, maybe around here and stuff, where it pops there, but it's more flat over here. That I wish this was a little bit lighter sculpt, or painted a little bit lighter here to give it a little bit more dimension. That leg, mind you, this one has much more color. There's probably more palettes of paint painting this one, but it also has a brush stroke feel to it. There's areas where it looks, how do I explain this? Areas where it just looks like a paintbrush went through it and it looks flat. It's just a quick wash and call it a day kind of look. You can see up there, right there. I'll turn it around. Over here, maybe with a deeper sculpt. Areas like this where I look at them like, oh, okay. It just looks flat and looks rushed compared to the female version where it just looks tight. Like I really can't pinpoint any area where I'm like, oh, that looks like a brush went through it. It just has a very clean, solid look. You know, sometimes you see something like, oh, that looks great, but I wish this, I wish that. This one doesn't have that. It just looks so clean. Look at all that sculpt detail that's just popping out. Woo! And let's compare it to the bull. See, there's a lot of colors, but it looks a little flat to me, especially the sculpt. All the scales, they don't pop out as much as they do with the female. You can, just right here, this shot right here, it looks great, but it looks flat. Mind you, it's also my lighting too, but let's play around with this lighting a little bit. As I pan my camera across, you can see that the colors, the paint is really nice. It's amazing. And NANMU Studios did a fantastic job, but it just feels a little flat. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, like I have the green version, and to me the green version seems to be the one that pops the most from the three that are available. I'm curious how the black, actually I'm not curious, I don't want the black, but the black one must be really, really dark. You can see that it just has that brush feel to it. Almost feels a little rushed to me. I can try to move this figure around with my left hand with the camera on the right. Very difficult, guys. You better give this a thumbs up. All right, so here is the head sculpt from the top. Look at that, eh? Woo, Jurassic Park. There's your side. Articulated jaw, which is great. Paint apps, well, we reviewed that. The teeth look fantastic. The tongue, see if I can focus on that. I mean, there's a little bit of a bluish hue on there that gives it some depth, which I could appreciate. And there's the side. Lots of greens, lots of colors in there. Maybe I just wish there was a little bit more lighter green to make it pop out a little bit more. But even on these top parts over here, maybe a little bit of highlights of lighter green in there just to make it pop out. Okay, I really never focused on the female's hands or arms, and that's what they look like. Let's compare it to this guy over here. And that's his, I don't know. It looks very, very rushed. Can't even make out what that is. The other hand, the areas like this, it's like a dark green just went right over it. Kind of hides the details. I'm not sure what that distinct line over there is. But here they both look side by side, and it looks fantastic. Again, with my mentioning before, the contrast of that greens, those lighter greens. On the back one, the female, even the tail, you can see the tail over there compared to this one right here. You just kind of wish that this one had a little bit more of that lighter contrast to make it pop out from this distance. So you can see the back dinosaur compared to the front. The front looks flat. Why I keep mentioning that, I'm sorry guys, my apologies. You can see a lot of washes going through the, it's well detailed, well sculpted. The claws look nice, but you can see a lot of washes and paint brushes going through that. It kind of looks sloppy. I don't know, maybe I'm just asking for too much, complaining too much. The leg area over there, have them on their side, and both of them, and you can see what I mean as far as that color, how the female just pops, and the bull is left flat. Another shot of them together. Woo. I feel that NANMU Studios was giving 110% with the bull alien, with the bull T-Rex. I do feel that with giving it full efforts and trying to make us happy, and which we are, and unfortunately had some setbacks with the color and the sculpt, and I feel that it's a subpar job that on a fantastic figure. It is a figure that I'm really growing to like, and I appreciate, and I'm very happy that it's in my collection. I did own the W Dragon T-Rex, and I sold it. I sold it because, again, I mentioned I don't want too many of these dinosaurs in my collection, and I didn't want 3 T-Rexes in my collection for sure. So one had to go. It was W Dragon T-Rex. Is it a decision I regret? No, not at all. This figure is far better than the W Dragon. The sculpt, the paint application, the look, the way it just captures Jurassic Park, Lost World. It's an amazing figure. It's a great figure, but it's just missing when you compare it to the two. And again, I don't have many. I only have only two NANMU figures. Some of you guys out there will be like, no, Bo, they're all the same. They all look very similar to the bull. And if that's the way it is, that's fine. But again, I just had this one to compare it to, and it just seems like there was some softer sculpt, lighter paint, something lost in the translation. I see stuff like that just looks flat. I don't know, compared to that one, which has less colors, but I guess I'd kind of prefer less colors in this look and this sculpt on this. Imagine if this guy, looked like that guy or her. So I brought in my W Dragon Spinosaurus. That one's just a beast, man. Still love it to this day. Woo. And I don't have the NANMU version of this one, so I can't make a comparison. I imagine the details on that one is much greater than this one right here, but there's something about this guy's pose that just captures Jurassic Park 3 to the T. And that's the reason why my eyes were drawn to it. Damn. Woo. It's on a base, but here it is, I guess. It looks a little bit smaller, no? Let's look from the top. What do you guys think? Looks a little bit thicker. Woo. There. And there's my 3. I will be creating my own base for this figure statue, quite similar to that one. Again, my unboxing of this one, review. I'll show you how that one was done. This one seems to require something bigger, so I'll do that. When it's finished, I'll post it up, so stay tuned for that. And with this card, I am going to find a frame and put it on my wall, very similar to this one. That's why I love this card. Yeah, I think once it's on that base, it'll of course prop it up higher, and it'll be on par with the female. Oh, what's that? What's this? Let's have a look. Wow. Take some time, folks, to appreciate this beautiful illustration of a dinosaur that I drew for this particular review. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Bo Shrek. That's me. Give it a thumbs up. All right, guys, I think that's it. I hope you liked my review, my rant, my comparison. I don't know. It's just something that I felt like I wanted to share with you guys on YouTube. I know there's a lot of reviews already of this guy, but I just wanted to kind of show some of my views and some of my opinions on it. It's a fantastic figure, but there are some things that you may or may not like, or you may not just care for. If given the option which one to buy between the two, it's a hard one, but I think the female version, if you're just wanting to buy a one-off, maybe the female version, the brown version, the female version is actually really good too. I've never personally seen it, but when you look at the unboxings, it's a fantastic, amazing figure. When it comes to this one, I haven't seen the other two, but by looking at the videos, hands down, I think that the green one is much better than the other two. But again, I haven't seen it. It's just my opinion. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.